Hello everyone and welcome to my chatty, sassy channel here on YouTube where we talk about all things luxury. Today I have my husband and our baby golden Marco, who I unboxed on this channel a couple of months ago. What we are going to be doing is going through the bags that are currently out that I would potentially like to add into my handbag collection one day. I'm getting very close to being at purse piece.
Purse piece.
Purse
what
piece.
a statement.
It's a YouTube term.
When you have your own vocabulary.
But
oh my, you should know things.
But these are bags that I might one day like to add into my collection, and so I'd like your thoughts on them, and if you think that they would work for me, if you like the colors that I'm thinking of, materials, and you get to be as brutally honest as you want.
Okay.
All right, so the first bag up is a new release from Strathberry, and this would be sort of a fun summer bag. It is their nano mosaic tote, but it is in a raffia material, and then it has like a leather flap. I'm looking at a vanilla color. It is $4.90. This is a blurry picture of it, but a picture of it nonetheless. So let me know what you think.
I wonder about the structural rigidity. It looks like it's, I can't see, like you said, it's a blurry photo, but there is certainly, the front of the bag is a flat woven piece and the sides are a bent woven piece. I wonder if they were woven in the same knotting style or not, because if they aren't, then they're likely to bend and sort of rest at different, how should I say, malleability points.
Next bag up is the only bag that I'm interested in from Fendi, and that is the Fendi First. There are two versions that I've seen that I really, really like. The first one is a chocolate colored leather in the midi size, and that one's currently living on the RealReal for $14.70. And then they have a new one that's come out for summer in the small size that is navy sequins. And it is $4,700.
I like the Fendi First bags because of that, like, that popped crease, if you will. It's neat. It has to do with applied mathematics, and that's why they should call this the origami bag, but they don't. The real one is, to me, nicer, and you would use more, and you wouldn't lose any sequins because there aren't any. The pro of anything that's not sequins is that it's not sequins and you don't lose sequins. The sequins are cool. They make it look really cool. It looks like something out of my computer. Just pretty cool. It looks nice, but the other one's nicer.
Now, next up is a Chanel walk. These are three examples of three different colors that I really like that I've seen come up on the pre-loved market. I'm looking at it. Maybe
I don't like them.
Why?
You don't have to tell me the whole spiel. I can look. I just don't like the Chanel wallet on Chanel. I know you tell me day in day out how they're the #1, they're the best, and all that, but I just don't like them.
But don't you think that this could be used, that having a bag like this would be useful for me?
I mean, how much fried rice can you cook in it?
It's not that kind of walk.
No, it's not. So no, I don't think it would be very useful for you. Tell me, in what ways would it be more useful than another one of your bags?
Because this one's small enough that I could take it into stadiums, which means that I wouldn't have to carry my card holder, my keys in my hand.
We went to a stadium very recently. You didn't want to take any bag at all.
Because I don't have a nice looking bag that I can take with me.
Oh, it's because it wouldn't look nice.
That clear bag that I have.
What would you have brought to the baseball game?
Chanel wallet on chain.
No,
I've had my own cards, my phone would have been in it, so I wouldn't have had to like have it in my hand the whole time. So there wouldn't be a risk of me just setting it down somewhere and losing it. So
what did you miss yesterday that you would have rather have had?
My cards, my keys, my own keys.
Okay, when was the last time you paid for anything whenever I was around?
That's not the point.
That's the point.
The point is that I can't.
Well, you can't and you won't, so they're functionally the same. You don't need a wall.
You know, I don't always go to baseball
one.
games with you. Like sometimes I go without you, and then I wouldn't have my wallet.
Okay, who do you go to these baseball games with whenever you're not with me?
My dad.
And have you ever paid for anything when your dad's around?
Yes, because whenever I take him to the baseball games, I pay for the food.
Okay. And how have you done that in the past?
with the vouchers on our tickets. Okay.
1, 0.
Next up, the Lady Dior in the small size.
Size. Toddler bags.
No, they are not that small.
They're pretty small.
They aren't that
They're pretty
small.
We gave my little cousin Karis a purse one time whenever she was just itty bitty. It looked a lot like this.
But yeah, I can't fit all my, like I can fit my phone, my keys, my cards, my Bastia, my Calvi, my sunglasses, all fit in it.
That's great.
And what do you think of the colors that I have picked out? Because there's
any of those colors.
Why?
The nude one's like, okay, I guess, but it's also just sort of like, man, it sort of looks like, I don't know. The gray one is sort of blue-gray.
It's a blue-gray.
Yeah, it sort of looks boring and just sort of like, it looks like where you look out your window and you're like, I don't go outside today. And then the transition color is neat on its own. Like these bags are neat on their own. I don't think they'd be neat to like have around, because the transition one makes me think that they want you to be able to match to a lot of colors in your outfit and whatnot, but they're sort of giving up, for being a jack of all trades color, they're sort of giving up master of any. So I could be so wrong. I probably am. What do I know?
So you don't particularly like the bag, and you don't like any of the colors.
I have the Y chromosome, so I'm automatically wrong. So whatever you say.
All right, next Lady Dior is the Lady Dior Delight, which is a fabric version, and it's got like the Toile de Jouy animal print on it.
The prints are super. The giant Christian Dior logo is not.
That's the only thing that I don't like about it. But on the back side, the tape doesn't say Christian Dior. It doesn't have anything on it. It's just blank. So you can put like your own name on it if you want.
Oh, so then people can be like, so street hawkers can be like, hey, Victoria, Victoria, and act like they know you. That?
Yeah.
You could also just put something really funny.
So you don't particularly like the Delight?
I think it was close to being very cool, but it says Christian Dior in really big letters.
Okay.
And we're not billboards.
All right, so then you probably aren't
Prints
gonna
are really
like...
pretty though. The one that looks like China, I especially like. That's what I'm drawn to.
Well, they're all the same. They're all the same print.
I know. I'm talking about the blue classic China.
Oh yeah, the blue and the white, the navy.
Yeah, the classic bone China.
You're probably not gonna like this next one either.
Oh, it's
made of
way
wicker.
Worse. Way worse. Yeah. I mean, wicker's super cool, and it's a great folk art. And it's something around here we've had for quite a while, and that's neat, but it's not neat enough for you to wear Christian Dior in huge letters.
Okay. Okay.
And it's also neat in the like, that's neat way, not in a I want that way.
Okay.
It's also $63,000 for wicker, which by
one
definition
that's $6,300, and I would go pre-loved, not new.
Did I say 63,000?
You did.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. Yeah, they should be cheap, but the expensive part of wicker comes into the person turning it from a cheap nothing into a something. And that's why whenever you go to like, you know, markets or whatever, and someone's like, I made this basket, that's why it costs however much, is because they put their time into it, but then that's not that price, sorry.
Okay.
We could literally have someone make you cooler stuff.
All right. There is one more version of the Lady Dior that I want to show you, and we're gonna
listen.
scroll through to show
I
you
like
some
Lady
ideas.
Dior's. I like them. They're great. But you just keep showing me ones that I don't like.
You're probably not
you're
going
trying
to
sell
like
the
this
idea
either.
that I don't like them.
I would like a mini embellished Lady Dior, so something like this.
The red one's nice. The red one's
this.
nice. It reminds me of like some of that architecture we like to look at in Marrakesh. Some of those traditional like courtyard like mosaic and like fresco scenes and stuff. Reminds me of those.
Cause like I really like that. Like I like something like
I don't
this.
like that.
Okay. What about
boring?
Something
That reminds me of the Matrix.
All right. What about
That looked like pustules on skin, like Black Death stuff. That's like guy on the corner like, hey, for you, your wife, she love it. It's like, no thanks, man. That's what that looked like.
Okay. So you somewhat like some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah, like they're great. But you'd
be open to a mini one with embellished beading on it. You'd be open to me having that in my
I'd
collection.
be open to you being a purse piece.
That seems to be the only Lady Dior that you somewhat slightly like.
Okay.
All right.
Are you happy now?
Not really.
What's your problem?
All right, next up is going to be from YSL. There are 2 bags on my YSL list right now. The first one is do you remember the nylon camera bag that Sam showed us?
Oh, we look at a lot. Can you show it?
It has like all the pockets and everything on it, like outside, inside. The back pocket had this snap on it.
I don't.
You don't like it or you don't remember it?
I don't remember it.
Okay,
That's
well, you're looking at it now.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I mean, no, it's nylon. That's all I need to say.
But it'd be really great for like if we're going around like amusement parks or if we're going on like a hike.
You mean all the things I carry a backpack for?
But you wouldn't have to carry a backpack. I could carry my own stuff.
So I'd be carrying a backpack and you'd be carrying a purse. The whole point of me carrying a backpack is so you don't have to carry anything.
But I like carrying my own stuff.
No, you don't. It's nylon.
What if I go to the parks without you?
Okay, the other thing is it's black nylon, right?
Yeah.
What's going to happen whether the sun hits it and it turns a year old?
It'll be fine.
Sure it will.
Okay, so you don't like this one?
No, I don't like it. I said that multiple times. I feel like I made that pretty clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next YSL bag. This one's more expensive.
Oh, great.
And it's living rent-free in my head.
Oh. And that's my profession, so.
It is the Cobus tote.
Yep, we've seen
in
it.
the veg tan leather.
I know all about it. It's great.
$5,200.
I'm aware of everything about it. It's great. Yes. No, you can't have it, but it's great. Yeah. You can like it. You know, you need to be cool with your hobby of not having everything, you know. What are you trying to...
I mean...
You're trying to smile at me and get your way?
Yeah.
No, not today. Not today. The sun does not shine on you. I'm sorry. It's funny though.
But it'd be so great, because like think about this bag in
great.
like 10 years time when it is aged, like it's been beat up, like it's got water spots on it, and it's got and like it's aged in different ways, from like where it's been touched and handled and carried.
You're not wrong.
It's going to be such a gorgeous bag though, and so useful, because you hate my Neverfull. And this would replace my Neverfull.
I don't hate it, it's just awful. I mean it's great, but it's also just like...
You hate my Neverfull.
The straps are so small. I always think
and
I'm
like
gonna break
this has like such nice thick straps.
You load it up.
Like, but like, wouldn't it be great to have like this leather version instead?
Yeah, you'll baby it.
No, I won't. I promise.
I'm not gonna buy you a $5,200 tote. This is not gonna happen. No. It's cool. I get your point, and you're so right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just not $5,200 right.
I'll have to buy it for myself.
And it's not that it's not worth that. I saw a CD the other day for $6.2. That $5,200 tote, which is $5,707 with tax where we live. Like you said, it would be in 10 years, you know, just awesome and amazing. In 10 years, at a CD that I saw the other day of 6.2, if it was to hold 6.2 over 10 years, that's $10,414.85. And it would. She can't argue. That's the best part. I love these ones.
I'm not loving this one today.
Yeah.
Okay, so next from Louis Vuitton. Now, this is a bag that I'd probably only get at the flagship in Paris because it's a classic style. It's one that I like, but I wouldn't buy in the US.
You're sort of digging a hole for me already with Louis Vuitton. I'm not a huge fan.
But it is
it's
the
one of their little clamshell bags. I'm not a fan. Don't like it. This shape, it's just like a little gumdrop and not in a good way.
All right, now this one would just be more of a collector's thing because I really liked the collection. It was their big, giant, like pink V collection they did in the Speedy.
That was cool. That was cool. However, no thanks. Cool, but not cool enough to be like, give me that.
Okay, what about just the keychain version of it that I could clip onto like my Clooney bag?
It's even less cool, and I really don't like the pink banding around it, but if you want it, that's fine.
Okay. All right, so that's it for Louis Vuitton. Good.
Get out of my face, Louis. You're dead to me.
All right, next is the one bag that I like from Dolce Gabbana.
Okay.
And that is the bag that Rebecca Welton carried quite often on Ted Lasso, and it is their Sicily bag in the medium size in a taupe gray.
It's very reasonable and sort of professional looking.
Yeah, like it's just a nice professional looking bag. Like it doesn't really have like a whole bunch of logo on it.
I don't have a lot to say about it. It's,
okay.
You know,
so you like this one? You could see me using this one.
There's not a lot of fun to it, and so honestly, no.
Oh.
I mean, if you were you know, much older and more boring.
You're just ripping apart the bags that I'd somehow like.
I'm not going on, you know, on record being like, oh yeah, go ahead. No, not happening. You're not gonna trick me. Not this time. Not again.
How did I ever trick you to begin with?
Remember, you were like, you said I could, and then you showed me a video of me being like, that's nice, and you were like, see.
All right, there are 2 Hermes bags. One that like, I'm kind of on the fence about myself, but like I keep circling back around to it, so I want your take on it. All right, the pickotin bag in E2.
No, it's just a loose leather sack with a belt, like a belly belt.
Yeah, like it's meant to resemble a feed sack.
I get it. Yeah. You want a feed sack? I'll buy you a feed sack.
All right.
You ever seen a horse eat feed out of a feed sack? It's not pretty. It's nasty. They slobber all over it and not good. It's like dog slobber is one thing, but horse slobber is frothy and thick with grain.
It's not like we'd actually feed a horse from it.
I know, but
it's just meant to be like a nice casual
have you
tote.
ever looked at a feed sack and been like, that's attractive, I want a bag of
It's
those
meant
like
to
that.
be just a nice casual tote
out.
that you carry on your arm with your stuff in it.
Have you ever thought, man, I would love if this feed sack were just, you know, somewhat nicer, then I could carry it in public? Have you ever thought that?
All right, last bag.
They would tell you
Hermes.
that's what makes the difference between you and an artiste.
All right, the Birkin 30.
It's nice, undoubtedly.
Okay.
It's I
in Rouge Cellier with gold
say
hardware.
that I love the sort of beige.
Well, that's just felt. That comes off.
Okay, I was
that's
thinking that was part of
protective
it.
felt.
All right, you're showing me. Okay, yeah, that's very nice. Are you sure you don't want it in like a black?
Yes, because I have my black lizard bag. That is my special black bag.
You do.
So I would want the Birkin to be in a different color, and this sort of wine would go with basically anything.
I was going to ask if you didn't want a not quite so dark wine color.
I'd be open to other colors that weren't quite so dark.
More like a burgundy. Not full burgundy, but closer to burgundy than this is to purple.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'd be open to that.
Yeah.
Like this is sort of the color that I'm thinking.
I understand.
So the dogs have joined us for the last bag, which is not really a bag, but it's sort of a bag, and that is the Rimowa Trunk Plus in aluminum.
It's a bag if you're a giant person.
But what do you think of it? It's $23.25.
We've talked about it at length and we like it. So
this one you like.
Yeah, this is a much more practical choice for let's just talk about it in the way we were before. You were between the classic aluminum or the plastic like your carry-on is. And I was like, don't get plastic, it's just gonna bust.
Yeah.
And it's got a zipper on it. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, I don't know. And then you saw Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton have it, and you were like, you know what? They're right. Instead of I'm right, because that's how that works.
Yeah.
But I can't.
F1 drivers and their girlfriends are my biggest influencers.
That's a problem. But anyway, yeah, they're great. And we've seen them in person. They were pretty cool.
Okay, so that is it for bags that I would like to add to my collection to potentially bring me to purse piece. Blake didn't like the vast majority of them.
I mean, you said the words purse piece right out the gate, and I think that really set the tone for me. Just like, I don't know about this. So, yeah.
So that is all. Those are his opinions.
Yeah,
you basically liked I think 2 bags on the whole list.
Well, it's just a lot of you know, I didn't think many of them were particularly special. And then you showed me a feed sack and we're like, look, many thousands of dollars. I was like, feed sack is uninspired. Gotta say, I get you're drawing inspiration from the barn, but I'm gonna say it, that is an uninspired pick. You really, bottom of the barrel, feed sack. Can't help you.
All right, well, that is it for this video. And let me know in the comments down below if you agree with his opinions or not. If you don't, feel free to roast him on any and all of his opinions.
Only a fool would agree with anything I've said in this video.
I can agree to that.
It's working already.
So with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and have had fun with us. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.